Hi, I'm Aimee DeRoehn, and I'm the founder and teacher of Road Home Empower Yoga in Stratham, New Hampshire, located on the New Hampshire seacoast. Road Home Yoga was created because at a certain chapter of my life fell apart. And what's so humbling to me is the people that come now. They don't just come for flexibility and strength, although that's certainly how a lot of people get in the door. And then once they're there, they start to recognize that my classes are also in their life, not by accident, to help them manage what they're going through and to be a support.
Hi, I'm DeRoehn. I'm 17. Definitely should try yoga. I think it's a great way to relieve stress and even have fun. So it's definitely better than using drugs or going down a path that's not gonna help you better yourself.
Hi, my name's Christie Bureau and I live in Deerfield, New Hampshire.
What do you think that you've gained since you stepped onto the mat?
Well, physical strength, which makes me feel better, but a peace of mind and serenity in my day and week. Even just coming once a week makes a difference.
Aimee just keeps me going. Every time I think I can't do a pose or I can't figure out what I'm going to do next, Aimee kind of pushes me in the right direction and corrects me when I'm not breathing, and it really makes a difference in practice. So I was nervous. I didn't think at 33 weeks I'd be able to do any yoga. I honestly never thought yoga was for me. I'm much more of the physical, I thought it would be too easy or light or simple, but I've gotten more physically out of yoga than gymnastics, martial arts.
I didn't really know what to expect. I knew yoga was going to be a little difficult for me with all the stretching and breathing that I wasn't used to, but it turned out that I made it through it and I feel a lot better. I feel taller, more limber, I feel more stretched out and just more relaxed altogether and more connected with my little baby.
So people with addictions have come through my classes, people with cancer, people with attempted suicide and coming out of rehab and feeling like, really haven't gained a sense of trust with themselves. What's amazing right now is that people are coming to me from all walks of life, and I'm humbled to teach this practice of yoga to people who thought they could not do it, whether it was because of weight, especially because of age. Right now I'm working with a handful of people in their late 60s and a gentleman in his early 70s, feeling more like a spring chicken than they have in decades, feeling more alive.
Hi, I'm Deb Hodgson, just about 54 years old, and I've been doing yoga since I think January of this year. My wife thought it'd be good for me. I've got a fairly stressful job and I'm not a very good sleeper, and I must say that since I started yoga, I've had a couple of nights that I've got 6 to 7 hours sleep when I typically get 3. So yoga so far has done it for me as far as helping me sleep. My shoulders have always been tight. I'm somewhat flexible in the lower body, but the shoulders have been tight, and I've noticed that since I've started yoga that I've definitely got some more mobility in my shoulders. When I first thought about yoga, I kind of thought it wasn't a guy thing. But I must say that my friend Gary here and I are two of the only males that attend the class that I know of, and we're both loving it.
My name is Gary Barr, and originally started yoga because my wife asked me to do it, and I knew Scott was doing it, so I didn't want him to get ahead of me in terms of being able to hit the golf ball. But I found out that it's so much more. I thought it was just kind of stretching, and but it's really physically strenuous. I found that to be great for the shoulder and upper body strength, and I also found, like Scott, found it to be a great stress relief. To me, it's kind of an escape where you really, for an hour, or when you do it with Aimee, you do it for 2 hours. For 2 hours, you kind of forget about everything else and really try to forget everything else and just focus on where you are at that moment. So that to me is the biggest relief, is just to escape everything for 2 hours.
Hi, my name is Lisa Clark. I am a marketing professional, And I've been coming to see Aimee for a few months now, having never done yoga before, and it's been a really fantastic introduction to the practice of yoga. I found that it really has helped not only with stretching, but also with strengthening, but also just with having a more sort of centered feeling in my work and in my personal relationships. So good for the mind and the body and the soul. I was just overwhelmed by all the choices of different yoga classes, as well as many of them were not convenient for my working schedule. And the thing I like about Aimee is she's great with beginners in terms of introducing you to the practice, but she also will challenge you if she feels like you're up for that challenge. So I would say if you're somebody who's been thinking about yoga for a while, but really been sort of nervous or hesitant to do it, this is a really, really good place to get an introduction to it.
Hi, I'm Melissa Burnell, and I'm a teacher, now an international teacher. And I've known Aimee for, gosh, probably about 11 years now. I've tried yoga videos, I've tried yoga on TV, I've tried other live classes, some big name teachers, and nothing compares to Aimee's class. She has a way of reaching you on the deepest level. And again, you think, I'm just going to class, I'm going to go exercise, and then you're listening to what she's saying to you in class. It's like she knows exactly what you need to hear on that day without even having to say anything to her. She just knows. She's incredibly intuitive. It doesn't matter your age or your physicality or whether you've ever done a downward dog before. Aimee will take you exactly where you are, exactly how you are, and she's going to help you find that strength that lies within you that you didn't even know you had. And you just have to get on your mat. That's all. That's the hardest part. Roll out your mat and just show up for yourself. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
I really don't care what your past history is, what your story is. I really don't care what your bank account is. If you're invested in yourself on some level, I'm gonna make sure you get to my classes and not feel that you're not worthy of being there because of lack of finances. I really just wanna give a space for people to not just know that they're gonna come through something and to help them, develop an internal strength as well as the physical, but that not only will they come through something, but they will rise above.
I'm Deb Hodgson, I'm the class clown. I read about Aimee and I thought, wow, that'd be great for my husband and me and friends and pretty much everyone I know. And I didn't really think I would be a fan of yoga, as I've done a little in the past. I was one of those like, oh my gosh, is it over yet? But Aimee can tell what you need, and apparently breathing was a big part of that I learned and now can apply in the rest of my life, and realize that the heat, which was so bothersome to me, really doesn't bother me all that much anymore. And I think yoga with Aimee isn't just yoga, because she's a sweet soul and you're left happier having crossed paths with her.
I'm Pat Barr. I'm 52 years old. I got a call from my friend asking me to do a yoga class. She had read about Aimee in the newspaper, and I thought, what a great thing to do for me and my husband, especially my husband, for his stress level at work. I wanted to do it. I've always done Pilates, and I've done a little bit of yoga. I am a huge fan of yoga now. I feel wonderful when I leave the class, and as Deb said, Aimee is just wonderful. I also did it because of medical reasons. I needed to do some stretching and some stress relief. I would recommend Aimee's class to anyone. It's been a lot of fun doing it with friends, and especially my husband, so.
Give it a shot.
Give it a try. Be open-minded to it. It's completely worth it.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
It just brightens my week. It's a great place to come.
I'm gonna tell everybody.
Do it.
Road Home and Power Yoga is great. I encourage everybody to try it.
I'd be here every single day if I could.
It's been good for me, so give it a try.